I think the U.S. should counter terrorism with violence because that's what the terrorists use. But at the same time, I think the U.S. should consider the hostile situation in Afghanistan, Iraq, and everywhere that they are fighting right now. Because according to war theories, utilitarianism, it is basically it means for the greater good of the people. And if fighting terrorism is for the better good of the people, then we should do it. But at the same time, we should consider the hostile. And I think that's my whole.
And kill them?
I think terrorists are bad people because they hurt innocent people, and I think that's wrong. But I think terrorists should not be categorized as Islamic and Muslim people because all Muslim people are not like that. So I think terrorists should be dealt with, but according to principles of war theories, which is, there's about a couple, three of them, and I think that it should be used in all principles. Bam.
Intelligence gathering and investigation, finding the criminals and doing the justice.
Any other opinion?
I think that the United States should stop terrorism if it's affecting them, but I don't think they should just deal with one group of terrorists. I believe that there's more terrorists. There's not just, the only terrorists aren't in the Middle East, there's terrorists everywhere, so I believe that they should not just focus on Middle East, they should focus on other countries as well.
Though there's one way to stop it is to heighten security for to prevent terrorism from happening.
How so?
Like, how would they do that?
Well, they have to be stricter. It's like in some countries they have stricter like laws and policies and like getting into the country and stuff like that. Like I know this for a fact. And plus my mom worked for the government. We know your ass.
So you think that just by having higher security that it'll stop terrorism?
It won't stop it 100%, but it'll be a one effective tactic way to prevent terrorism from happening in the U.S.
So just tighten up security?
Yeah, tighter security. Yeah.
What about?
Have you noticed that since 9/11, security has been very tight. Nothing hasn't happened since 9/11. But like I want to say 2 years after 9/11, you haven't heard any much about security, that tight anymore. Because everyone's more laid back and relaxed because they think that nothing else is going to happen anymore. Yeah.
Why do people feel that way? Because they feel because of security? Is that what you're saying?
Most people feel that America is safe.
Because of security?
Yeah. Homeland security.
But how should we counter it? Like, how should we stop terrorism?
How should we stop it?
Yeah.
Like in general.
So you said so far we could stop it from reaching America by heightening our security, but how do we stop it from, in general, like completely?
Completely? There's something.
Do we go to war with the nations that are harboring terrorists? Do we give them aid to fight the terrorists?
Not necessarily go to war. I'm sure you could come up with some sort of agreement, like a peace treaty or something.
With the terrorists? You think we could negotiate with terrorists?
Or negotiate like what's happening. To us, America thinks that, fire with fire. So, most people are going to automatically assume go to war. Because that's what we did with 9/11. We went to war. That's what some people feel. Some people feel like we should go to war. Some people feel like we shouldn't go to war.
So what do you feel?
I feel like we shouldn't go to war at all, but,
Then how would we stop terrorism? Just by security? Is that what you're saying? So everybody should get